What's going on? So today I'm doing the Type 99 Arisaka review. And here it is, wooden butt plate. There's the bayonet lug. Got peep sights on this right here. Little peep sight there. Bolt on this thing is rough. And the way to take this bolt out is all you gotta do is take this little thingy right here, like a Mauser rifle, pull it out, put the bolt back in. Maybe it wants to go back in. Come on, find your home. There we go. Go ahead and press this clip down here. Try to get it through. This gun is very dirty. I just bought it for $300. Trigger on this thing is god awful. But this is a last ditch model, like I said. For a little ammo comparison, do not have any 7.7 Jap because I really don't plan on firing that gun until I finish it. Here's some 6.5 Jap. This would be used early war. And here, the 30-06. That's what the 7.7 is very comparable to. 30-06, popular caliber. The U.S. used it all through World War II with the 1903, the 1917 Enfield style rifles, and then of course the M1 Grand, which won the war, baby. So the Type 99 was Japan's standard infantry rifle through World War II, adopted in 1939. It was chambered in 7.7 by 58mm, which I call it 7.7 Jap though, that's what everyone calls it. And it, like I said, comparable power to the 30-06. Now, I don't know how much I agree with this. I'll have to look at the ballistics and the velocity testing of this, but I can see why. Because the 30-06 is a powerful round. I mean, if it can take down a deer, take down a bear, take down a moose if you shoot it the right way, it can take down a human 100%. Early Type 99s were surprisingly advanced. They had chrome line barrels, which was Japanese signature quality at the time. I mean, my Ruku made Browning over under right there. I mean, Japanese know how to make good guns. My Howa 1500, beautiful rifle for the price. Action on that's beautiful. It had anti-aircraft lead indicators. It had a monopod, and it was the strongest bolt actions ever made. Some people say this. I'm reading this offline. I disagree. I mean, those Mauser actions. I have a Spanish 7mm Mauser, and I have a 30-06 Mauser 98, and those things just shoot beautiful. The actions are wonderfully smooth on them. Compared to Germany's Kar 98, the Type 99 was heavier and less refined. Kar 98s are beautiful guns, they shoot nice, but the more corrosion-resistant chrome lining barrels definitely gave them a head up. But again, Germany wasn't fighting in humid weather, so rust wasn't as big as an issue. I don't know if you know this or not, but I always keep a dehumidifier in my safe because rust is a big issue on a gun, and when you're in high humidity environments, the rust can happen very fast, especially if you're in battle all day, you forget to clean your gun, you got rust forming, dude. Against the American M1 Grand though, I mean, you're cooked, dude. 30-06, 8 rounds, you're going bang, 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 ping, you know what I'm saying? It was clearly outmatched. The Grand gave the U.S. infantry such a better advantage over anybody they fought. Even the Lee Enfield with 10-round capacity, shooting the 303 British. Like 303 British is similar to 30-06, or not 30-06, 308, which is smaller, but you could hold more rounds. And you got 10 rounds. I mean, I like the Enfield too, but M1 Grand was just superior in battle. Now for like recreational use, I prefer the Enfield style rifles. As Japan's situation worsened, quality collapsed. The original reason why Japan supposedly attacked Pearl Harbor was because the U.S. wasn't selling oil, they didn't have supplies, and they had a mission to go on to get more resources. I mean, that's at least what I was told in school, you know. Gotta believe what you're told. But in 1944 through 1945, of course, after 45, we dropped a bomb on them. 2 bombs, actually. And Japan started producing the last-ditch Type 99s, very similar to Germany's Volkssturm rifles. The machining on those is rough. As you can see, I was having a hard time getting the bolt back and forth. It also could be dirty. They removed the features like the anti-aircraft sights and monopods. They just disappeared, and they started using wooden butt plates. This crude rear fixed sights, those aren't super crude. I mean, it's like a crappier version of what's on my Mauser, to be honest. And compared to the late war German rifles, the Japanese last-ditch guns were often way more primitive, but they were really fast to produce, and they were getting ready for invasion on the homeland. Man, they weren't getting ready for two big bombs. I mean, they were getting ready for invasion on the homeland, get everybody equipped, ready to go, ready to fight. I mean, unlike the M1 Grand, which remained standardized until the end of the war, last ditch Type 99 reflect desperation. They also put in service a lot of older guns, like my Type I or Type 1. These rifles were intended for home defense against the Allied invasion. That's all. That's what they were intended for. They were intended to get soldiers out there fast, because the U.S. was closing in. I mean, after Midway, like that's when we started winning the war. When we started taking back the islands, we were island hopping, and we weren't going after the big islands. We were going small islands, small islands, small islands. Once we got to small islands, we got air bases down, and once we had naval support, after we had a lot more ships than Japan did after we defeat them at Midway, we had the advantage to get aircraft in and out super fast. And once we got those little islands, we go to the big islands. And the Type 99 last ditch wasn't meant for prolonged combat on. It just wasn't. It's not a comfortable gun. Like I can tell you that right now. Like if I had to shoot that thing, I'd probably cry. I'd take an M1 Grand all day. On the last ditch, Arisaka stood in contrast to Allied weapons. Contrast is not a very cruel word. I use crueler words. It was crude, functional. It was outdated though, yet resilient. They are less a symbol of innovation and more of a symbol of a nation fighting with whatever they had left. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. Probably can't through my camera, but there is still a little bit of the Imperial Sun on there. You never gave up your rifle. It had the Emperor's logo on it, because that's dishonorable. You usually didn't die during combat either, but you know, they thought the Emperor was God. I don't, so I probably just give that John up and surrender. You know, I'd rather be in an American POW camp than like a Japanese POW camp. But anyway, I really enjoy that gun. I like looking at it. I'm gonna fix it up, get it ready to go. Maybe take it up to range a couple times, and maybe I'll add a shooting video later once I get it ready to go and get some 7.7 Jap ammo. It's not as difficult to come by as my 6.5 Jap here, and definitely a lot harder to come by than 30-06. Everybody got 30-06, but once I get it, I'll go ahead and get the gun cleaned up and ready to go and shoot. That's all I got for you guys today, and thank you.